real thing, that's what I like. These are slogans that we hear from Pepsi and Coke products. And then to combat these, we hear from the dairy industry that says, milk, it does a body good. Or God milk. In fact, God milk is the one that helped everyone to have a desire to drink more milk because they recognized the great need of milk to be able to help with their cookies. Now, I have been studying nutrition through BYUI for the last 3 years. I've also been studying since I was 8 years old to try and eat healthy. Recently, my mother passed away, and I felt like it was linked to soft drinks. So I started to study even more. I have come up with a conclusion that soft drinks are not good for your body and should be treated as a treat maybe once a month, not to be consumed daily. Now, as I researched, I went to our public library. There I found a book. Now get this title, Killer Colas, The Hard Truth About Soft Drinks. This book was written by Nancy Appleton, PhD, and G.N. Jacobs. In the book, we learn that these different soft drinks are linked to intestinal stones and also kidney stones. These stones can lead on to kidney failure, something that my mother passed away from. We also learn from the book Nutrition, Concepts and Controversies that they took 91,000 women over an 8-year span. And as they studied these two groups, one that took in soft drinks 1 to 2 per day and one that did not take any in, or even just maybe once a month. But in these two different groups, the one that had the intake of soft drinks were twice as likely to develop type 2 diabetes. Now, my husband had been drinking soft drinks for over 30 years. I had been telling him, please, don't drink soft drinks anymore. Finally, one day he decided to do research on the way he was feeling. In his research, he saw that it was linked to the soft drinks that he was intaking. These soft drinks, he decided, had caused multiple problems. He went off it for 3 months, and in this time, his skin problem disappeared. He wasn't urinating all the time, and even his belly weight around his waist was beginning to shrink. And his depression and anxiety seemed to be disappearing. My daughter came and visited one day, and as she came and saw Dad at the kitchen table, she said, Dad, have you been dieting? You look great. My husband just giggled and looked at her and said, no, I've just been off sodas for 3 months. Yes, I want you to visualize yourselves going through the steps of not taking in soft drinks. How would this start? First, you would notice that as you eliminate these soft drinks, you might have headaches. You might have feelings of irritability. These are caused because it is an addictive substance when it has caffeine in it. But as you take in aspirin and get extra sleep, they say, and also exercise daily, these will eventually go away within a week to 2 weeks. My husband helped me to recognize for him, he wakes up in the morning and he feels more free. He doesn't feel like he needs to go and find a Diet Coke or a soft drink. He feels less anxious, less depressed, and he feels liberated and ready for the day. I have no idea what your individual problems could be. Maybe it is that you feel like if you don't drink a Diet Coke, that you will gain weight. A lot of us have that same feeling or thought. But this is the same drink that my husband was intaking. Let me just share with you that aspartame and other artificial sweeteners have been linked to toxins and carcinogens. They're not that way when they first come to you, but if they're left on a shelf, or even when they're transported from one place to another, or even being left out in the warm environment or temperature, can cause them to change and morph into these other chemicals that are very dangerous for your body. In conclusion, what I'd like to share with you is, again, the real thing, or the magic of a soft drink is not real. These things are things that the owners of these different drinks try to share or make us believe. We need to recognize that instead of eating these soft drinks, drinking these soft drinks, we should grab a fruit or a vegetable. If we're having a hard time with going to the swig or different places to get a drink with our friends, we can opt to grab their fruit water that they have there. As we do, I hope that you will recognize that when you have learned, as I have, the effects of soft drinks, share it with a friend so that they too may find the freedom from stopping these soft drinks.